The black cat crept along the narrow top of the brick wall, its wet fur glistening as rain fell on nighttime Gotham. A powerful beam of light swept down from above, momentarily illuminating the feline's depthless eyes, which twinkled in the harsh glare. The light swept past, a thrum of muffled turbines accompanying the moving illumination. The searchlight came from one of several Gotham City Police Department patrolled dirigibles crisscrossing the wet sky. From up above, Gotham seemed quiet, but the officers in the blimp knew this was deceiving. As one of them piloted the rigid aircraft, another wore earphones connected to a console that controlled what was essentially audio surveillance equipment. The state-of-the-art electronics were channeled into a unit attached to the blimp's undercarriage. While very much in the experimental stage, the gear could detect such occurrences as a voice raised in distress, a scream, or a gunshot, often before there was visual contact. A third officer, Nancy Payton, used a pair of military-grade binoculars that looked more like something out of that science fiction film she'd seen on television. These were connected by heavy cable to a control unit and had several electromechanical additions to their bulky frame. The lenses utilized a modified infrared light, the better to peer into the darkness. All of the equipment bore the logo of a division of Wayne Technologies. The blimp continued soaring across the night sky, just beneath a roiling layer of clouds lit from beneath by the silvery lights of the city. Down below, a large black vehicle glided through the dark, slick streets over which the dirigible had just passed. The grim figure behind the wheel was protected from the downpour by a rounded, bullet-resistant glass canopy that allowed him a full 360-degree view of his surroundings. He was known to the denizens of the city and beyond as Batman. His was a fearful reputation as a detective and a seeker of truth. Some called him a vigilante, others a hero. Few dared to cross him. His vehicle, the Batmobile, was a one-of-a-kind wonder, from the carbon fiber armored hull to its custom-built fuel-injected V12 engine, a 980-horsepower iron monster capable of achieving some 230 miles an hour if the need arose. The battering ram on the prow of this land ship was a stylized version of Batman's cowl. The sleek vehicle ran low to the ground, but there were heavy-duty hydraulics installed that, at the flip of a toggle switch, would enable the car to rise up, whether to avoid obstructions in a high-speed chase or to engage in an evasive maneuver. Given the nature, some might say obsession, of his work, Batman routinely modified the various potent gadgetry he had incorporated into the blue-black behemoth. There were ports that slid open, allowing blinding white light or explosive spheres to shoot out. A pair of spring-loaded forward-facing Browning machine guns could pop out on either side of the hood. These were particularly effective in disabling opponents who wore armored exoskeletons, and for less formidable targets, they could be switched to non-lethal sleeper rounds. The Batmobile also boasted side-mounted electro-stun disc launchers and a prototype laser device capable of cutting through as much as 8 inches of steel. That was a recent addition. The vehicle even possessed compressed air launchers that could shoot wickedly barbed grappling hooks from either side. When a hook became attached to a wall or any structure stable enough to act as an anchor, the car could instantly be powered into a sudden 180-degree turn. The automobile was as legendary as its owner, and the secrets of its armaments were jealously protected. Little escaped the masked figure's attention. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw a man weaving about on the sidewalk, leaning forward to grasp a lamppost to steady himself. Batman slowed, and his first impulse was to stop and render aid, but then he saw the man bring himself upright. He wore a carnival clown grin on his face. Batman frowned beneath the cowl.